Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to Always Somewhere. Today's video I'm going to be talking to you about my trip to Antigua, some things that you should expect when you're traveling during COVID-19, some of the do's, some of the don'ts, how my traveling experience was, and all that hoopla. Yes, it was interesting. Sorry, looking at stocks and pictures. Anyway, so today I am back freshly I got back, it's like 10 in the morning. I don't know what time it is. It's Monday, July the 6th. I got back yesterday around, my flight landed around 5:30 in the evening, got home around 6:30. That's the only good thing about traveling right now is that the airports are super simple to get through. Not simple, but they're super, like Miami airport, you know, going through customs can take a while. The lines are usually pretty long, but right now it's pretty empty, you know, so anyway, so I left to go to Antigua on June the 26th. So I was there for about 10 days maybe. So before I went, I was doing my research to try to see what was going on. So I went for a vacation, but I also went to visit family. I have a sister that lives there. So I was visiting her and her children. And another sister went with me. So before I went, I did my research. I was Googling. I was watching YouTube videos. There was a YouTuber, what was her name? Hold on, let me see if I can find this young lady's name so I can tell you her name. I don't know what it is, but I hope I can find it. I don't even think I'm gonna find it, but I do know. Oh, this is the wrong page. That's why. Bri On TV. So I'll try to leave a link down below, but I watched her video. So she is a YouTuber, I guess, out of Atlanta, who's starting like a travel company. So I happened to just like I was Googling YouTubers or Googling videos on YouTube about people who are going to traveling during to Antigua specifically during COVID-19, just to see like what the process was going to be like going through the airports and stuff like that. So she had went, I want to say she went around like the 7th or 8th or 9th or something like that of June. So I Googled, I YouTubed her video, and so she posted a video talking about COVID-19 testing and all this stuff. So she went to CVS and did like the rapid testing, because when she looked, it was saying that she had to come with the test within 48 hours. So she went to CVS and did the testing 2 days before she went. So her process, I'll let you watch her video or whatever so she can tell you all that stuff. But when I was researching it, it was saying, you know, you have to come with the test and stuff like that. But then, like, I don't know, it was such a big confusion because when I watched her video, she was saying that she did the testing. I know they canceled her Airbnb and all that other crap, but I'm gonna leave the video link down below for her actual. I'll leave her channel link down below. I'm not gonna leave the video because she had like 3 different videos. One with her actually being there, one with the testing, and then one with they canceling her Airbnb. But I didn't have her Airbnb. I stayed with family. But I'll just leave her channel link down below for you guys to see it. But based on all this, the things that I was hearing, they basically kept saying that one site was saying like, oh, you know, you need to come with the test or whatever. But then another site was saying you got to come with the test within that shows that you're negative within 48 hours. But then they're also going to test you when you get to the airport, and it's going to cost you $100 US. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, why would you want me to come with the test that says I'm negative, but you're also going to test me when I get there, and I got to pay you $100? What am I paying you $100 for if I'm already being tested and being negative? Like, that makes no sense. I have no problem with you testing me again, but why am I paying you $100 US at that to be tested? Make it make sense. I'm not paying you $100. That makes no sense. So I ended up contacting the actual airline on Facebook, and I sent them a message. I don't have an iPhone, so I can't screen record and stuff like that. I have a Google Pixel, and there is a way to screen record, but it's just so complicated. Anybody got time for that? So I'm gonna see if I can just find the message for you guys on here and show it to you. Yeah, so it's the VC Bird International Airport or whatever. So the message I sent them here, and I said, hello, I see my post has disappeared, because I had wrote on their page first, and they kind of like deleted my post. So I said, hello, I see my post has disappeared. So I asked again privately, And I was like, good morning. I wanted to get some clarification about the COVID-19 testing. I'll be visiting my family. And I wrote this message on June 16th, by the way. And I was like, I'll be visiting my family in a little over a week, and I was told I had to show proof of negative test results to come to the island. I also saw that I will be tested upon arrival and charged $100 for the testing. Why would I need to pay you $100 when I'm already showing proof of a negative test result? Please let me know so I can decide whether or not I need to cancel my trip. So then they responded back to me and was like, thank you for messaging us. We will try to respond as soon as possible and get back to you. So then they wrote me back again, like an hour later or whatever, and they were like, thanks again for messaging us. The Ministry of Health, in collaboration with the Ministry of Tourism, is the lead agency in defining the health protocols for entry into Antigua and Barbuda. Upon arrival in Antigua and Barbuda, you will be going through a number of protocols administered by our port health team. At this time, there is no charge. To the best of our knowledge, it is not a requirement for you to provide a test result. So they're saying like there's no, like you don't have to bring any negative test results when you come. The situation is indeed dynamic, but our tourism authority has just updated its protocols as seen in the following link. So the link right here is for the visiting Antigua and Barbuda.com/travel advisory. And it says it should be helpful in getting updated with the latest, whatever. And then yeah, so I clicked on the link, and then the link took me to the travel advisory page or whatever. And then it basically said, my camera's gonna die, y'all. It took me to the link, and then the link has like all the travel advisory information, which is weird because all the link basically was saying like, it says everything that it was saying before, like all the facts is saying you're gonna be charged, you're gonna be doing this, whatever. So the last time I had looked at it, it was updated as of like June 4th, July, like something. So now this has just been recently updated, guys. This has been updated since I left. So let's see. The last update was after, the last update has been since July 4th. So I came back on July 5th. So this was updated on Saturday. So as of, so it says, this was updated on July 4th. It says the government of Antigua and Barbuda has updated its travel advisory effective July 9th to ensure the safety of travelers. The port is open. Okay. And it says updated as of July 6th, which is today. Okay. All passengers arriving by air must have a negative COVID-19 test. Okay, so yes, so I guess they had, when I was there, I know they had some article come out because a lot of they had a lot of things going back and forth. So while I was there was an article that came out where a lot of the foreigners that were coming in, a lot of the travelers were coming in, were upset and were trying to sue because once we, like, okay, for example, when I got there, they had a testing station there, but they didn't test me or my sister. But so like when we got to the airport, they were like, it was slow for us to get through. There wasn't a lot of people. We were like the only flight that got in. Our flight got in at maybe like 11 p.m. So our flight we left Miami at 8 p.m. We got there at 11 p.m. I'm glad that they had all these safety protocols in place, whatever. We did not go take the test ahead of time because it said it wasn't required. I wish I did because, like I said, watching the girl's video, she said she had her negative test results. They just looked at it and was like, okay, cool, you can go right through. When I got there, they did ask us, have we been tested? I've never been tested. My sister had been tested, but not within 48 hours, so they said it didn't count. They had a testing station there. They were testing some people, but not others. They asked us a bunch of questions. We said no to everything pretty much, but then they had us fill out some form. And they basically said, even though they didn't test us, because I guess we came from Miami, Miami got a bunch of cases, they kind of were like, oh, well, we came from a place where there was a bunch of testing, so we could be at risk of having it. They're not testing us, but they wanted us to self-quarantine in our residence that we're going to be staying at for 14 days. I'm like, we're not even going to be here for 14 days. What the hell? So they gave us this list of things, pretty much saying like, stay in the house, don't talk to nobody, don't have no guests, don't do anything. So pretty much they want us to not leave the house at all for 14 days. We didn't do that, by the way. Ain't nobody doing that shit. Like, if that's the case, don't let people into the island. Like, if that's like, you either test us or don't let people in. So I guess because of that, a lot of people were coming and they're complaining like, why are you letting people into the island if you're not going to let them leave wherever they are? So they're either telling people like, you can't leave your hotel like once they get there. So people were complaining, threatening to sue or whatever. So now I guess the latest travel advisory, they're basically telling people you need to come to the island with proof that you are negative, which makes a lot more sense, you know what I mean? So now that people, if they're coming with proof like, hey, within the last 48 hours, I've tested negative, now, you know, it makes more sense that people are able to travel around the island freely without having to come there. And, you know, because they didn't, like I said, they didn't test us. There were some people in line that they pulled them to the side, they took them inside, they tested them. For us, they didn't test us. They was just like, oh, well, okay, well, we're not going to test you, but you need self-quarantine. And I'm just like, okay. But they were kind of like saying it like, yeah, they gave us some phone number to like a doctor's office. It was like, you got to call every day and tell them your temperature. Who has a thermometer? Like, but we're just like, okay, sure, you know. So for the most part, we didn't really go out too much because we were at my sister's house, but we didn't stay at the house. But yeah, so that was that. So they gave us the paperwork, made a sign to say we were going to self-quarantine, and then we went about our business. Her brother picked us up and we went home. That was it. We were supposed to call to some doctor's office that was closer to her house every day, twice a day, and pretty much report to them our temperature. Nobody called to check in on us. No one, the doctor's office didn't call us. We didn't call the doctor's office. One, we didn't have a thermometer to check our temperatures every single day. I feel like that's just something they were telling us. This, like, it was one of those things. It was like, this is what y'all supposed to do. I'm telling you this because I have to tell you this, but that may not be the case. And that was it. I did feel safe. For the most part, everybody wore, you know, everybody around town, for the most part, everywhere we went did have on a mask. Things were open, but it wasn't really open. They did have 11 o'clock curfew. A lot of the shops and stuff were open, but all the like tourism spots I feel like were closed. So like at the harbor and stuff, what is it called? I forgot what it's called. Like the little harbor spot or whatever, like where you get all the like tourism stuff and like the little shot glasses and like the little trinkets and stuff that you get for like $1, like all the trinkets that you bring back for people and stuff, all that stuff was closed down. So you weren't able to like buy shot glasses and like the memorabilia that you bring back, the cheap stuff, that all those little shacks and stuff were closed down at the harbor. So you weren't able to buy that stuff. And then, you know, you buy a shot glass for $1 or $2 there at the airport where it costs $8, $9, $10. I told my friends, I'm not buying y'all no $10 shot glass or $12 shot glass. So they're gonna wait till I go back in December and hopefully it's better by then. But yeah, those things were shut down. So we weren't able to get that type of stuff, but the regular in-town stuff was open. Beaches are open, but I think they closed at like 7 or 8 p.m. But it still wasn't a whole lot of people. And when we did go the few times to the beach, we were just like, stay away from folks. It wasn't super packed. So yeah, we kept our mask on when we did go out. Coming back to the airport, it was not that packed. It was pretty empty. I think it was like one flight pretty much like every like 2 hours or every like hour or not hour, like every like 2 or 3 hours. I feel like that left the airport. When we got to the airport, it was like one flight that was leaving at a time. They were like calling people randomly. Like my sister didn't get called for nothing, but like I got called at the airport in Antigua for a random like check or something. So they called me up. They like checked my bags, did a little swipe on my hands to check for who knows what. And then afterwards, they sent me on the plane first. And then when I got back to the States, I got called again randomly to go get it, like go down to like the agriculture center or whatever, after going through customs to get checked again. But other than that, that was all I went through. But I would definitely say just go ahead and do the right before your 48 hours, get your customs check. I mean, get your COVID-19 testing. Like I said, CVS, you can get the rapid testing done. It takes like 15 to 30 minutes or whatever. You can make a same day appointment. The only thing is, you might have to lie, because if you say you haven't been, you know, near nobody or whatever, they would definitely deny you. So you might have to just be like, yeah, I've been next to somebody, or, you know, I have symptoms or whatever. Because I think the first time I had looked at it, they had told me, I think I had just put in some information, but I said no to everything, and they was like, you don't qualify for testing, whatever. So sorry for saying y'all gotta lie, but you might have to lie and say, oh yeah, I've been exposed or whatever. But yeah, so that's that. Get your testing done. Now that they, like I said, they had an article come out saying that people were trying to sue, or people were upset because, like, yeah, they were getting there and they pretty much was quarantining everybody to their hotels or not letting them go do anything. It was like, you got to the island, they were like, oh, well, okay, you're here now, you're quarantined to your hotel for 14 days, and if people are only there for 5 days, it was like, well, why let us come here if you're not going to let us leave the island or whatever? So it makes more sense. And like every article that they had was different, you know. And then like even with the articles that were saying, like then it was different. It was like even like the tourism website that they have for Antigua and Barbuda would say one thing. They're like, there's no charge. But then my sister, she was calling me. She's like, hey, my friend works at the airport. They are charging. So it was like so many back and forth. That's why I ended up contacting the airport myself. And it was like, well, I'm contacting the airport through Facebook, and the airport is saying there's no charge. But she's saying her friend works at the airport, and they're saying, oh, there's a charge. So they're like, oh, this is how the Caribbean is. You know, they tell you one thing, but until you get on ground, it's completely different. But yeah, so my recommendation to all of you, when you're traveling anywhere, just go ahead and within 24 to 48 hours, just go ahead and get your testing done and bring it with you, because you never know. If I feel like if we would have had our testing, granted, it didn't really matter for us because they still let us go. They chose to self-quarantine, and we kind of just didn't. Excuse me, no one really checked on us, but like I said, I felt safe. No one really was walking around without masks. Like, granted, like around like the regular neighborhoods, like her next door neighbors and stuff weren't really wearing masks and stuff like that. But we always, anytime we left the house, if I walked to the corner store or something with my niece, I always made her put on a mask. I wasn't just like out and about in the streets. We put our mask on every time we got in somebody's car. I'm like, hey, put your mask on, like, you know. But yeah, so we weren't, a lot of things were, like I said, open but closed. So we didn't really get to do a bunch. We wanted to go zip lining and ATV riding and stuff like that, but we didn't get to do a lot of that stuff. So it was pretty much just like visiting family is pretty much what we did. And we did do with one of her friends, the taxi driver, so he took us like on a city tour one day. But other than that, I feel like we just was visiting family. And yeah, it should have been this carnival season right now, so I should have been turning, you know, getting my soca music turned up on. But you know, it's definitely not the same vibe as it would have been without all this pandemic going on. But it still was, you know, nice, peaceful, relaxing time. Just stay cautious. If you don't have to travel, you don't, you know, need to. But I hadn't seen my family in like 3 or 4 years, so I just wanted to go see them. And yeah, it was cool. Just stay cautious and take precautions if you need to. But thank you guys for watching, and make sure you stay tuned. I'm going to be posting a couple of vlogs soon on my trip, and you guys get to see some of the fun things that we got to do. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you also check out my website. I got content coming on there soon. Just make sure you subscribe to that. It's under construction, but a lot is going to be coming soon. So until next time, guys. See ya.